So we just found out that Brock Lesnar is going to resign, or he has resigned with WWE. Vince McMahon is... Brock Lesnar alluded to on ESPN in his little interview, put an offer on the table that that Brock couldn't refuse. And this means that he gave him a ton of fucking money. Way more money probably than previously. We didn't get an exact figure. But obviously Brock Lesnar, said this, and this means that, I don't know, maybe he's making double. I remember when he came back, they said they were giving him $4 million to do 1 year. And it's the same thing. He's still going to be doing a part-time schedule. Now, as big of a fan as I am of Lesnar, the thing is why I like Lesnar, it is not his attitude. He's not a very flexible guy, obviously. I'm a fan of, his wrestling ability, his talents. The accolades and everything behind him. That's what I like about Lesnar. I like, just Lesnar is just, he's an awesome guy, a force. The guy who has, big time presence. But the thing is, Brock Lesnar is a fucking asshole. He refuses to wrestle matches on Raw. He's so special that he has to fucking only appear on pay-per-view. That's fucking bullshit. His matches could be more properly promoted if he would wrestle on Raw and SmackDown. Or just Raw, or wrestle on all the pay-per-views, for God's sakes. That'd still be considered part-time, because he's not wrestling house shows or fucking, Raws like all the other fucking wrestlers. But Jesus fucking Christ, I mean, come on. It's like, why do we have to bow down to Lesnar? As much as I like Lesnar, WWE doesn't need Lesnar. They don't need him to survive. I think the thing is, if they get, they keep Lesnar and they let him go, it's not really going to affect the company that much. It's kind of like CM Punk. Oh my God, when he left, it's over. Oh, WWE's going to go out of business. And it was fine. It was fine. Nothing really changed when Punk left. Once again, as I said from when it happened. The day when it happened, the day after it happened, I said, I'm a Punk fan, but, not really much has changed. You saw that months down the line, things were just as shitty, just as good, depending on your perspective, and when Punk was there versus him not being there. And the same thing could be said for Lesnar. He's not really even there most of the time, so really his absence would be felt even less, I think. To really be quite fucking honest with everybody, I don't really think that the company would really be that affected by losing Lesnar. But instead of throwing all this money at him, instead of putting money into other things to promote other wrestlers and do different shit, how smart is it to give all of this money to a fucking part-timer who's not, really open to doing much? I mean, this is going to make the Mania main event more interesting. Maybe taking the 100% chance from Roman Reigns and maybe lowering it down to a 70 or 80% chance. But I'm pretty sure Roman Reigns is still going to win it. Now what this means is everyone's going to be cheering for Lesnar. 60-70% of the fucking crowd, 80% of the crowd is going to be behind Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns is going to get the fucking shit booed out of him. Lesnar still would have been getting more cheers if he was, leaving, but now that he's staying, oh my God, people are going to fucking shit all over this fucking match come Sunday. You're going to fucking see it. So, am I happy about Lesnar resigning? Oh, I'm not sad about it, but I'm not really jumping up and down. You know what I mean? I might be standing before you wearing a Brock Lesnar shirt saying I'm a Brock Lesnar fan, but I'm not really all that excited because really Brock Lesnar isn't even there most of the time for me to really give a shit about this announcement. Even when he has the fucking belt, he's not even fucking there. So there you go. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not that excited about this fucking announcement. Roman Reigns is still gonna fucking win the world title. Lesnar's going to be there. I'm sure we're going to get some, great matches from him in the future and all that. But, to pay him all this amount of money, just to keep him out of the UFC. I mean, even Dana White was saying it. He threw the vault at Lesnar, did Vince McMahon. So, holy fucking shit. Honestly, there's a lot of people here in the YWC and shit, jumping up and down and shit, but no, not me. Sorry, not gonna, get my panties in a bunch, go all excited, fucking, exploding like a firework or some shit like that because, Lesnar's resigning. Good for Lesnar, good for WWE, not really good for WWE because they put so much time and invest so much time in feuds and matches with Lesnar not even being there to probably promote them, which means we're going to get more long-winded Paul Heyman promos. And like I said, I don't have a problem with Paul Heyman. I think he's one of the most talented promo guys of all time. But holy shit, having him come out there week after week because they don't have Lesnar there to physically promote a match by really engaging his opponent physically. They have to rely on Paul Heyman to talk everybody through everything, and he ends up repeating and reiterating things because there's only so many ways that you can promote a match verbally before it just gets fucking ridiculous. So, my excitement about Lesnar returning is about 50-50. There's some real downsides to it, and there's some upsides. As far as it goes to WWE, progressing and looking towards the future, this is a bad thing. This is a really bad thing to still be relying on part-timers to really, try to get you through some rough spots. If you have acknowledged that you have rough spots and bad things in your company, fix that shit. Don't rely on a couple of old legends to fix this because they're only going to be around so much longer, are willing to do this shit for you. And it really doesn't propel the ratings. Brock Lesnar being in WWE hasn't really accumulated any more ratings than they did pre-Brock Lesnar returning in 2012. So, there you go. There's enough proof there for you. If the ratings are not changing and shit like that, and network subscriptions are not going up to look at these pay-per-views with Brock Lesnar on them, then there really isn't that much point to really, throw a whole bunch of money at Lesnar. He's not really doing that much for the fucking company. I'm not really hearing, big-time merchandising sales and shit like that for him, so I don't really see the fucking point of throwing the vault at Brock Lesnar. Alright, so I'm looking forward to that reaction at Mania, at least. That's the only positive thing about the Reigns-Brock match. I want to see the crowd reaction, but, other than that, I'm not really expecting much from that. So, Lesnar's re-signing.